question is for you. How do you plan to keep the county jail population at a manageable level within the current budgetary restraints?
Well, jail overcrowding, we know, has been a problem for years and years, and as long as we continue to arrest people, it will continue to be a problem. One thing that came to light since I started campaigning that I had no idea about, we've got an extra pod that we built down at the jail, and we furnished it, but for some reason we're not using it yet, except for one section of it. I think they house the trustees back there. I think what we've got to do is spread those inmates out, put them back there, because anytime you've got inmates, 50 men where 25 men should be, you're going to have problems. There's going to be fights, there's going to be arguments. So the first thing I would want to do is utilize what we've already got there to try to minimize our overcrowdedness. Now, to keep it within budget constraints, there's alternative programs like we've talked about before, drug court, mental health court, probation, that is alternative to keeping people in jail. Work release is an alternative to keeping people in jail. So you've got those alternatives if the solicitor, the judge, sees it's necessary to do that. But if not, we've got to house them, and we've got to do the best job we can, and we'll start by using what we've already got.
My jail is like a field of dreams. You build and they'll come. My biggest day is 409 people. My jail hosts 240. We did build a bigger pod back there, so we hold more people. But when you get into an economic session that we've been into, the worst that we've ever seen in my lifetime and some others, and when the Board of Commissioners said, we don't have the money to fund that, can you hold off? We hold off. When we come up and we got 409 people that's in a jail, we can seat them in the smaller part that we've had, or either I can tell the Board of Commissioners, no sir, Reed, I'm not going to do that. You give me 200 more thousand, let me fund these people, and we want to open our brand new pot to let it be seen to put those people in there. Oh, we'd love to have more people. We'd love to have another pot. We put Band-Aids on everything there. But this is not a free world that we can just pay, we can just tax you and tax you and tax you and make it luxury for the inmate. I'm sorry, that inmate's in jail for doing something wrong, not missing Sunday school. If he's got to sleep on the floor, he's going to sleep on the floor. He's going to do what everybody else has got to do. If we got a Holiday Inn, let's leave the light on for him, or whatever that motel thing is, we leave the light on for you. But we only got so much money we can keep funding these people. And if I've only got so much room to do that with, I got to use the room I can. I can still sit here and promise you, I want every inmate to have a nice, comfortable bed. But it isn't going to work because I don't have the money to do that. And we're going to have to put them in the location we can until the economy turns around and the Board of Commissioners can fund those people to be in that jail. I wish it was comfortable for everybody. I wish we could play guitars back there and make them happy back there and make them be nice, because it'd be better for me, because all I do is simply all day long is work on problems that they're doing, tearing my jail up, getting things in, sneaking things in. Have you read the paper in the last 6 months of how many we've arrested sneaking contraband in? That's an ongoing problem. We're working with inmates that are miserable. They're making me miserable, but we're doing the best thing we can do to house them, treat them humane, not do anything wrong to them, feed them, and do it at the best price we can do and not raise your taxes to do so.
Drug court, work release, female work release. Let them pay for their own. If they want to do the crime, then let them pay for their own. Like I said, work release, that will ease up the overcrowdedness in the jails. Female work release, like I said earlier, that's one of our biggest costs, medical for our females in the jail system. So I feel like if they want to do the crime, then let them pay for their crime by putting them on work release and stop letting them just sit around in the court, work with the courts and see what they can do to put them out. If they want to do community service, make sure they do community service. Don't just put it out there for them to be an scapegoat. Put it out there for them to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do if they're working work release. I mean, if they're picking up paper or whatever they're doing, cleaning up the courthouse or whatever they're doing. Make sure they're doing it, because some of them, they just go through the motions. They're not doing the fullness like they should do. And I think if we go with drug court, work release, and the female work release, that probably ease the overcrowdedness in the jail.
I agree with Ruben about the work release program. That's, what else can we do? I mean, if the county commissioners won't give you the funding and all to get more correctional officers to maintain the jail proper. I mean, right now, with the overcrowding and all, it's a safety concern. It's a safety concern for the jail administrator. If he don't have the assets and all to do what he needs to do his job properly, what else can we do? If we don't get the funding, I mean, what can we do? I mean, all we can do is a work release type program where we get the minimum amount of people in the jail, the people that are non-violent offenders and all. I mean, I don't know what else we can do with them.
Sheriff, our last question begins with you. The Sheriff's Department has taken the responsibility of collecting delinquent taxes in the Tax Commissioner's office. Do you believe this should continue? Why or why not?
Very much so should continue. Mike Dobbs called me in June of some day, June the 16th, and talked to me about the fact that the Tax Commission was having trouble meeting his 5% of the reduction taxes, reducing taxes, his budget. We had already met with our people before that, said we got to reduce our budget because people are hurting, people can't pay their taxes, and we got to do that. So when he brought me in and talked to me about that, and I told him I didn't know anything about what was going on. However, I'd read the newspaper. I saw the fact that he was not going to be able to do so, and was going to have to sue the Board of Commissioners. It's my job under the Constitution to do those taxes. A 5A is just like a warrant. Nobody in this room can serve a warrant. Nobody in this room can serve a 5A unless you're a law enforcement officer. That permission has been given to the Tax Commission to do so by the Sheriff of Troup County. Sheriff Gene Jones gave that to Ellis Smith years ago when the law was changed to do so. When it was brought to my attention that he could not do so, my response was, I've read the paper. It's my job to do that under the Constitution. If that's what is going on and it makes harmony in the county, I will take it back over and figure out how to do it. We started working at that time looking at ways to do that. We found 2 companies that could do that and save everybody money in this county. $125,000 is what we looked at doing. 2 people in Troup County are paid by Troup County budget, paid by the citizens of Troup County to check titles for people to make sure their house is okay before it's been sold. This company took it on their own. They gave us $1 million policy to do so. If they do something wrong, they're covered by $1 million. Only person that pays for this money to these people are the person who doesn't pay their taxes. You're given 9 notices about your taxes coming due. You have 9 times to be told, pay your taxes. If you don't, then we come, knock on your door, put a thing out in your yard that says your taxes are going to be sold. So this is saving us about $125,000. It's a great situation to do that. Our record's been good, and therefore, yes, it should stay there, and we've saved money, and we're collecting taxes quickly.
The problem I have with delinquent taxes is I feel like it would be okay for the sheriff to levy on the property taxes, but I feel like it should be in Troup County. Instead of moving to another area, having someone else collect that money that's going to wherever the county is going to, I feel like that money should stay right here in Troup County to help out with the collection of our taxes. Because I used to do that when I was at the Marshal's Department. We went out and collected delinquent taxes. So I feel like it should stay in Troup County if it's going to be collected.
I started looking at delinquent taxes back in February, I think it was. I understand what Sheriff Turner's talking about, but we could have worked with Gary Woods in the Tax Commissioner's office, and they didn't work back then to try to work out some kind of program. We just did it on, Donnie just did it because that's his responsibilities. My thing is delinquent taxes, I believe the fees and all is what that company collects. The fees and all, my philosophy on it is profit. That company up in Carrollton is making a profit off the fees and all that they're collecting. I don't see how we're saving that amount of money that Donnie's referring to, but that money, I believe, instead of going to a company for profit in Carrollton, should be going to the citizens of Troup County and keep it in the county. I'm not sure what the dollar amount is, but I'm sure it's a substantial amount, seeing as the company out doing it for profit. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in business.
I've got 2 things I would like to respond to. Number 1, I don't think we should be letting our money go to Carrollton with this company collecting our taxes. For years, Mr. Ellis Smith did a terrific job collecting property taxes. Mr. Gary Wood, I think, did a good job collecting property taxes. I don't know exactly what happened when Sheriff Turner took this over. I do know it is the sheriff can do that. But all I would want to do is give that back to the tax commissioner, be whoever it is, Gary Wood or Mr. Boatwright. make them sheriff ex officio, that's all they have to be able to collect these taxes, turn that service back over to them, let us worry about law enforcement, let us worry about solving these crimes. We've got an investigator right now that's in that government center collecting these taxes. I would say he needs to be out there solving burglaries, solving thefts, getting these people that are stealing your stuff and not collecting taxes. So I would be against still collecting taxes within the sheriff's office, give it back to them, bring that money back home from Carrollton, and concentrate on fighting crime in Troup County.